morning. Thank you for joining us. This is today's live on Equa Television International. And we are glad that you could join us this morning so that we will do this together. But today, like always, you know how the team, is. And today is still the same program, same station, and same crew. Joyce, darling.
Wow.
Good morning.
Morning, Sawosuluwa. This one that you're already...
Prudence, say that. How are you?
Good morning, I'm fine.
Petting us like this.
On this set today, ma'am.
Wow.
You know, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And I'm always praying that the person that will come with enough cash. So around.
You know, the word cash now is...
It's like a scarce commodity. It is a scarce commodity right now. Oh my.
So when you hear somebody say enough cash, where is it? Okay, I just got the message. I was thinking you were saying enough cash somewhere. And I want to, let's go there. You get. Okay, he's coming, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Enough cash.
We wait patiently.
So how are we doing?
Fine, thank you.
Fine.
Wow, we thank God with everything that is going on in the country, in the world. God is still faithful.
True.
And his faithfulness endures forever. So we are glad that we're still alive and we will do this together again. For the viewer out there, you know how we do it. You know, our community just do well, hook up to the social media there at Equa Television International, so that we'll do this today together. Just drop your comment and how you feel about what we are going to discuss. But like you know, throughout the week we are looking at the 2023 general election. So we have been building up on the general issue, that people should know about the 2023 general election. And today we are counting 72 hours to go, but the question is that what will influence your choice that day? I think that's just our content. People do certain things because certain things influence their action, and I feel it is important. Over the years, we've been having series of elections. This one, I think, is the number 7, if I'm not mistaken. General election. And then you hear, when you open your ears out there, like we are the watchdog of the society. So sometimes you just go somewhere and you're quiet, you are not talking, and you hear people saying all sorts of things, making argument.
It's so interesting.
Very, very interesting.
When you decide to board like public transport,
yes,
you hear people conversing and you're just quiet, you're just listening. Sometimes I wonder what the people are thinking about you. There was a time I bought a tricycle, and then there were 2 other women in it, and so they were so conversing about this terror design, and I was just quiet. They kept talking, and then the lady would talk and look at me like, "What's your own take?"
Yeah, and you're
she's
quiet.
not asking me directly, but she's waiting for me to talk, and I'm just like, interesting conversation. I was just hearing them, and wow, great to hear different perspectives like that. But waiting for me to add my voice, no. At that point, I was not invited. Like, even though the body language says it, like, talk now.
Because they will expect that every Nigerian now is talking at
I
that
didn't
moment.
want to assume that I was asked to talk, so that I will not talk now, just receive slap again. So I was just calm and then hearing opinions from people. So it's interesting how everybody is well informed.
Okay, 72 hours to go.
72.
Yes, and then I know you guys are ready to vote.
Okay, so ready to vote.
Me, I'm ready.
Ready to vote, yes.
Okay.
But I'm trying to get the right tag for the emotions I'm feeling. I'm skeptical, I'm scared, I'm afraid. All that encompasses because of the history of elections that we've had previously. I know that this is different, but you don't know what to expect at the end of the day. Today this candidate seems to be leading in opinion polls. Tomorrow, this candidate seems to be leading in opinion polls. So you're not even.
I think it's 2 days. Sorry to cut you. It's 2 days to the general election, to the presidential election.
2 days and some hours.
Some hours. It's not 72.
Okay,
So some people will not be thinking it's 3 days.
No, we just have Thursday, Friday, and the elections is on
so
Saturday.
2 days and about 20 hours.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You're just surprised how I'm just.
You know,
That shows you I'm ready.
you are the automatic clock now. So I'm ready. I'm ready to hear
You want me
this.
to call the minutes, right?
The minute and the second.
I'll
But no
say that
problem.
for
Maybe
the
later.
show. I'll give you the minutes and the seconds. I promise.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, you're talking.
Okay, so as I was saying, you have a whole lot of a jumble of emotions. You're excited because it's different, but you're scared of what the outcome will be as well. So that's the way I'm feeling right now, and I'm not sure I can curtail it, but I know definitely now there's no argument here. I'm going to vote. I'm going out, all out to vote, and I'm just expecting that a lot of Nigerians would, as like majority of eligible voters in Nigeria would go out to vote as well, because I just yesterday I went to a bus station where people were coming and going, and I saw a whole lot of students going back home for the elections, and I'm pretty impressed because I feel I have this feeling that we are really involved in this election this time around. It's not like we're sidelined as it was before, but this time around it's like we're at the forefront. Everybody just all out. Okay, we're tired of this kind of ruling. We want a different kind of ruling, and we are going all out. But the thing, as you mentioned, is that some of us are misinformed about who we are going to go and vote for, while others are really informed about who they're going to vote for. So we are discussing what influences your choice. And there are some, even in this day and age where we are thinking everybody is more
Prudence, I want to hear what influenced your own choice first. I want to know. Because this one that you're so excited. Please tell us whether you collected cake.
There's no buying, there's no.
Okay.
So I have
a bag of flour.
Or rice or Maggi.
I have this idea of how I think Nigeria should look.
Okay.
And there's only in all the, what do they call it? All the campaign chants and all the whatever they have said about campaigns, there's only one that what I think of, what I perceive Nigeria to look like. From what he says,
You
it
call
seems
him,
like
you
that's
pay us
what.
before you leave.
I'm not calling no name. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm just waiting. I'm about to bring my calculator.
Like we'll just start. I'll start celebrating.
I'm just saying. He's the only person who has said.
So you're already calling him.
Yes.
Wow.
Because my candidate is a
Is a he.
is a he. Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know if you think that you know my candidate. Sorry, you might not know. I don't think that you know my candidate. But my candidate, I think he has.
You think?
Wow.
I believe he has it. The ideology, the mentality that could help Nigeria.
Okay.
Because of what he has said during his conversations and what I've heard him talk
So
about.
it means you took note, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The way you are painting this picture, like.
It seems like my candidate is.
Aisha is not the one that guy did video and say, so right now, can you see that? If you vote this person in the next 4 years, can you see this building?
My bid is in 5 years, but I'm not sure about that.
Like, that was quite hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
this guy just went to, like, he's outside Nigeria. Like, probably, I think that was the US. And he just stood and he was, you see, so if you vote this person in the next 4 years, you see that building? That's Terminus in just Plateau State. Okay, follow me, Todd. You see this next view? I was like, wow. Where is this your candidate? Like, can we beg him to come and transform? So what you know, it's a very important question. What's influencing your choice of whoever you're going to be voting for. It's just 2 days and then some hours to the presidential election as well as the National Assembly. You know, yesterday we asked the question, do you even know who you're voting for? On what inspire you to? So from the Electoral Acts, we saw that there are certain periods were given for campaigns so that it will allow political parties, individuals to go out there, canvass for support, prove themselves worthy to be elected. And we saw how that people would travel from one state to the other, even though some people were canvassing, they are almost talking off key, like this is porters and all. Questions were thrown at them. We saw all the responses and all of that. So Nigerians watched, the world watched. We saw them in different states, they spoke. And some of them, their representatives spoke. But one interesting thing is the fact that almost all the places that they went to campaign, you could, in person, you see them talking. So this time around, you're not sending any representative. Like, you have Nigeria, they want to see you, the people in that state or the local government, wherever, what you're going to give to them, like what you'll be doing when they elect you, or what they stand to benefit by electing you. So it's all over now, the media. We saw how people were overwhelmed with joy because of their past experience with some of these gladiators. And some people, I think it is on the basis of like the solutions that they see from their speech. Like, it gives them hope that, wow, if I give this person an opportunity, that means just like that guy that did that video, the nation is going to be transformed. Like, we'll have a better society.
I'm tempted to return.
You have started cutting I'm
tempted to return what you did to me. Okay, so what influences your own choice?
I'm getting there. Calm down. Be calming down. Put it. Be calming down. I'm so proud.
No, I'm watching today.
So you know, I'm talking about the what influenced your choice. The person that you're going to be voting, what influenced your choice. I'm so excited about the person or the persons. It's because I don't have money to pay people for campaign. I would have mentioned the name because of how proud I am to be associated with these people. Why am I saying that? These are people that if I tell you who they are, I'm going to be telling you after the show, because I can't keep it to myself. I need you people to see why we should vote for this person. Like, it is on record that when they were this, or when this person was this, you get, the records are clean. Like, you can see that these people don't have any traces of some kind of embezzlement, corrupt practices and all of that. They had opportunity to serve the people, and we saw that, yes, they did. And then from their conversations, like I used to say it on today's live, that I'm somebody that I can just be captured. Like, when I hear you speak and you speak well, I can just leave whatever I'm doing. When you are vomiting wisdom, I will just leave whatever I'm doing just so I can learn, regardless of age. For my growth, whether physically, spiritually, mentally, I will leave whatever I'm doing just so I can learn, listen, and learn from wisdom. The Bible says, through wisdom a house is. That was what he asked for. Yeah. So when I hear people speak, I was really following keenly. My problem was not if the person is bougie. That was not, or if the person is my color. No. Why will I be? Like, I'm seeing policies that should have been made to favor the citizens. Like, I'm seeing that they are not being implemented. Nigeria as a country is not like we're not without policies, but we don't implement them. Why will I be happy that I'm seeing people that I'm related with by nationality outside of the classroom? Why will I be satisfied that people like me are roaming the streets unemployed and being used as thugs? Why will I be happy that my nation is the like poverty capital in the world? Why will I be happy that in the world, when they mention some kind of negative indices, it is my country that they will always talk about? Like, all these challenges, all these issues in my nation, I can't travel to certain parts of the country because of insecurity, because of fear that I might be killed. Like a particular time, because nation where peace will be the order of the day. Why can't I have to see a society that is sane I want to see a society that will be proud of. And I want to see leaders that will not just think of themselves, but leaders that will think of. When I watched campaign, when I see people on campaign ground, I listen to what they have to bring to the table. Already we are faced with all these challenges. How do you hope to bring us out of it? So as they talk, I take notes. And at the end of the day, I sat down and I looked at all these candidates. I saw people that are coming out for president, like executive position. Okay, so what I've seen A, B, C, D, as long as you can. We all know that we have about 18 political parties, but like at the forefront, for example, the presidential, we have 4 to 5 people that, yeah, we see them almost everywhere in the media. The APC candidate, we see the Labour Party, PDP, NPP, like Sowore and the rest. So these are people that you always hear them talk, and I follow these people. Not from anybody coming to convince me, but from hearing them one-on-one, I've come to a decision that, see, this is the person that I think will be able to address these challenges. And that influenced my choice of who I'm going to be voting for. And not just the president, even the National Assembly. Like I've looked at all the representatives, people that are vying, senators, House of Reps and all, and I've heard them, I've seen them travel, canvass for support. They have manifestos. I checked their ideologies. Like, you know, there are people that, oh, there's this factor of godfatherism. So just go there. When you go, you do my bidding. So whether we like it or not, we have politicians that it was somebody that pushed them to go there. So that at the end of the day, they don't even have a say of their own. It is what that person, that godfather tells you to do. Appointment, he will give you list. This is what you do. When there's an allocation, no. Okay, take this, take 50%. Okay, I sponsored you now. Give me 50%. The remaining 50%, take 25%. Use 25 and just put it to development, or just use it and just bribe the community or the leaders in various communities, and that ends it. So the poor people there don't have access to good road, water, and the rest. Like we have politicians that their business is not to bring development strides to wherever they're representing, but so that they can accumulate wealth for themselves and replace what they have spent so far. There are people that their own during this election is just to sponsor somebody. They have the money, but at the end of the day, they are the ones that will be taking decisions on behalf of that particular representative or that leader. So personally, actually, took my time. You know, when they talk, you see the passion in there. When somebody is lying, like you will know that it's for some kind of, you know, for some people it's just that moment that they use that the position to just fulfill like maybe a desire and all, like I want to reach the peak. So it's like
just a quest for power.
Yeah, just quest, not the other change, but change, literal change.
Service.
And yes, and it is being poured by passion to serve. And even from the antecedent, you can tell that actually this person is not just coming, like I'm going to vote for someone that is out to serve, someone that is out to improve the life, make life better for the people. And if you're out there, that is also what is influencing your choice. I don't think you're getting it wrong. I've had somebody told me, like he was telling me about a particular candidate, why I should support or work or campaign for the person. And while he was talking to me, he said, you see, if you do this now, if this person win now you see, like when it comes to his media team or his PR now, once he wins, like, so that's the reason why I should campaign. No, that is not the reason why I should do that. I should see beyond myself. Like I said earlier on, what about the over 20 million? Don't go to school and become better to improve, like bring developmental strides in the nation. At the end of the day, if we leave them to continue to be on the street, then the enemy will recruit them to become a problem. Even your child that you send abroad to school, he will not have a home to stay. No wonder we see politicians with houses everywhere, but they can't even stay there. Why? Because they fail in their primary responsibility. So I'm tired of these issues.
Well spoken. I think we should close the show. She has said
Wow.
it all.
So I beg to be quiet.
You know, you have said it all. So
No, I'm not sure there's any other thing we'll add.
Wow.
like,
So
to-
me, I've been.
the only thing that I
Just saying
would,
that you
the only
did a
thing
lot
that
of-
I will add is to say my own.
No, I just say
What
thank you
is-
so much for watching.
Well, I just wanted to
Yeah,
say something about
okay.
what she
Thank you for
said.
not cutting me. Wow. Okay.
She mentioned about over 20 million people, students out of, is it?
Children.
200 students out of school. So what I wanted to say is that, okay, so I deserve a better life. I deserve a better life.
Could be a reason.
Excuse me, the person doesn't deserve a better life. Am I the only person that deserves a better life? No. So why I'm picking my candidate is because I feel and I believe that he can be the tool that will help everybody have a better life, not just me. So yes, if I vote for this other person, I might have a better life alone because the person is going to sort me out. But for what of the other person, my neighbor that is hungry, that hasn't eaten for a whole week because she can't access food, or my neighbor who hasn't gone to school because his parents cannot pay, he cannot afford the fees to go to school.
But there's a candidate that he's saying if he wins, if Nigerians vote him to come 25th of February, you know, as the president, that he's going to make education to be free from primary school to university, you know. And then if you are saying
But
at least it's,
how feasible is that?
it's possible.
What he's saying.
When you give them exams, you know.
It's possible.
But the thing is that, is this the first time we're
okay.
hearing such promises?
It's not.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
That's where I'm going.
Go
You see,
there, please.
For me, if you people will allow me to say my, but if it matters, but if it don't matter,
It
No, we would like to hear
matters.
us.
Speak. The young. Wow.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Sine.
please.
well, I'm looking at equity,
Okay.
fairness, and justice.
The roundup of the three.
That's just what I'm looking at. And then, like you rightly said, they are out there with all their manifestos and the rest. And then some of them, like, they are like posters in our houses. Why did I say that? Because we see them always like coming. The same face coming, the same, trying to tell you we're going to do the same thing, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. That's me, and that's you. That's what influences us. But people out there, they have their different reasons why they are voting whoever they are voting. That's why even in this show we said one of the things that people are after is the money. Not even the promise that, like you said, that someone says, like, okay, the media team, you will be part of it. That's talking about you alone, right? But some people, yes, some people promise them you're going to be a minister, you're going to be a commissioner, you're going to be this, you're going to be aide, you're going to be this, and that's what is influencing them for that person to make sure that the person emerge, right? It's not bad. If the person that is doing, the person that is in what he's doing, by adding value to the masses which he is representing, and then you are pushing simply because of what you will get, I think that's where the issue.
That's also my issue, because
yes.
I don't think that the person was like looking at, okay, the capability of the candidate, the competence of the candidate, his ideas and all of that. He just wants me to promote him regardless. We're not even talking about issues. So should I push a bad leader because there's a promise of a political position? Do you
or a
think
candidate with question mark?
with question mark you get? So even me that I'm being promised Minister of Environment, for example, how well do I know the environment? How well can I transform that ministry?
That's the ministry.
Is that even my line? How are we doing the appointment? Is it based on, okay, during my campaign, this person was instrumental to developing her polling unit or her state or her constituency?
Delivering.
You get it, call the word deliver. So if you deliver me, I'm going to give you an appointment. So we are not even looking at our competence now at that moment. Is do this for me, I do this for you. We are not even looking at the sensitivity of the office that you want to appoint me into. You want to appoint somebody as everywhere you will just be without trees. At the end of the day, climate change will just affect everybody. So people should look, like, my opinion is, it should not be about what I will gain alone. Can I think, even if I gain it, if others don't have a better life, it will affect me directly or indirectly. You give a minister of education to someone that doesn't care whether people in the country are educated or not. At the end of the day, you have more thugs, more bandits, more terrorists. Because if they don't go to school, they don't see the importance of education. Those other people will recruit them and tell them that education is a sin and fight education. Then you see attacks, you see kidnappings in school. Look at how children were subjected to traumas, kidnapped. Bethel Baptist in Kaduna, how we've been talking about this thing in, like, even in today's life. Look at the age of those children that were kidnapped, and then for weeks, for months, some of them came out, the parents, they could not even more like identify, they were not in their right senses. Look at the trauma at that age. Now in our country, we have children that their parents were killed in their eyes. Like, they just shot the parents, and you're just left to grow in the hands of relative or just the society. Some people are in the IDP camps and all of that. Why do we have, must we have a system that people just be subjected to IDPs while terrorists are being schooled and reintegrated in the society, having a better life, at the end of the day being employed or recruited, while people are languishing in the IDP? Like, these are things that have bothered me, that, no, whoever I'm voting must be someone that must ensure that things are done and done rightly. We don't have to keep pampering people, like the offenders, at the detriment of the victims. So we need to get the right people. Like, I keep saying that 2023 election is really consequential. We shouldn't take it for granted. This thumbprint that you go and do, this one vote that you think it won't matter, it matters. And that is why, even as believers, beyond we say, I have my PVC, I'm going to vote, we need to pray as well. We need to pray for a godly leader, someone that fears God. The Bible says when the righteous are on throne, the people rejoice. So we need to ensure that we don't just go vote, but we pray to God that our vote counts. We know that whether we like it or not, these are systems that can be manipulated. But there's nothing that is beyond God. If we do our bidding, he who sees will actually shield. Are we doing things right in our own corners? The little that God has entrusted you with, are you doing it well? We keep looking up and pointing fingers at leaders. God is not unaware of things that happen.
Like, measures of right.
From saying that, imagine that as of January, our inflation is at 21.8%, like the highest since 2004, 2005, sorry, where we had 21.3%. Look at the cost of things in the market. If we don't do things right, when we go to the market, they won't ask you whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa before they sell things. So once they tell you the price of spaghetti is 1,000 naira, you buy it or leave it. So all of us, we need to come together. Like, we need to come together and ensure we do the right thing. One stick of broom cannot sweep like a house, but the whole bundle will sweep clean. So it means there's strength in our unity.
So this time around, we'll use the broom and sweep what is not good on our way and trash it, right?
Yes.
No, that's what you are. That is it.
Like,
use broom to sweep.
There's strength in unity. That's my point. Let's come together.
Okay.
Like, let's leave all these factors that we're using that we are allowing to divide us, while some people are having, like, I was talking to.
At our expense.
At our expense. While you're sleeping, you're there arguing, fighting yourself. Some people are making decisions.
That issue, I'm with you. I'm with you. Because if you have a chunk of dirt that one person cannot deliver, it cannot pack it because it's causing, causing people to fall sick, you know, and the rest, and then the place is littered and the rest. We have to come together, you know, and clear the dirt, right? Use broom to sweep the rest, the dirty and the rest. I think that's what broom is being used for.
Dirty
You know?
is language.
Yeah.
You have started speaking with your foreign language.
You see, I'm so relaxed. I'm enjoying this conversation. You know, people will just see us talking out there, will feel okay. So why are they just, because the whole thing is that we just have to be calm and then say it the way it is. Because the truth of the whole matter, now we're just counting 2 days. There's no even time, you know, to even waste as we are talking now. And then, like I said, for the series of elections that we had in this country, and that is the reason why we are where we are today. Do you know why? Because if I insist and I said a northerner must be the president, I insist and I'll convince people and I say by hook or by crook, he must be the president. And God help me, he becomes. If that president did not do what is expected of him, I've insisted that it must be. A cleric is saying a Muslim ticket is out there. It's on the social media. It don't work for Nigeria, but at least the religion is thriving. Is there in social media? Then I begin to imagine. I said, this person, he may have market. Is it the one that normally feed them and give them food? I begin to wonder, because that same people that he's leading, I believe they are in this cashless whatever mess that we're in. So I wonder, maybe he's the one that is supplying naira to them. It's not that they don't have money. Why they are crying is that it's not enough. What they are thinking. You understand why we are pushing someone. We will remain backward. Nigeria will not grow. Because when you push people based on those selfish interests, when things are not working, you can't open your mouth and say otherwise. Because even with what is happening now, somebody was saying, I saw one write-up. It's about one party all through. If you see the, have you come across the write-up?
So I don't know.
I'm not sure.
That on our own, we are just there. The policy came.
Okay.
Policy.
I think I saw that. It was quite funny.
Okay,
yeah.
and then the same.
The same. They are just talking about the same. So it's going there.
So if you are fighting yourself, so what? Like, you know, this policy has generated a lot of point of views. Like people have talked, but the truth is that there can't be development without hurdles. You know how we continue to maintain that, yes, it is a good policy. We've seen it on paper. We'll see the advantages. Like, awesome. It's something that is obtainable everywhere in the world. Why is ours
Different.
a problem? I know that one of the reasons is the timing, the methodology of the implementation. You get, in other climes, you see like a year plus and all of that. So, but ours, I think the time frame from October to the implementation, February things, and you get barely 4 months. And
no, India did their own. It's not up to 1 day.
okay.
Yes, and it was successful.
A country where
it's not up to 1 day.
That's because they have a system that is working already, and nobody felt it. Nobody will even say, "Oh, I went a day hungry." Ours, we've been encouraged to use alternative means, which is the e-banking, but how functional are they? You get, that's also one of the issue there. But amidst all of this, we keep begging Nigerians to remain calm. Yeah. The CBN governor, the president kept assuring us, and these are professionals in the field. Others have talked about it, the advantage and all of that. Let's remain calm. Let's embrace peace. It's just a phase. That's one of my words. A phase. Yeah. It will pass. Like, it's just 2 days to the election. One of the reasons to curb vote buying, and the election is already here. People have been fighting. Some governors have been fighting, and some people of the opinion, oh, could it be that they are the ones that actually wanted to buy vote? Whatever it is, we should remain calm. Let's not allow this, let's not open door for anarchy for what. Like I said, the election, this 2023 general election is really consequential. All of us must participate in ensuring we exercise our civic responsibility. If what is influencing you to choose that person that you're going to be voting for is money, please, you still have it's 2 days to the election, you can change your mind. Over time, we've seen how a lot of people come and give them 5,000, another party comes and give them 10,000. They leave you, they vote this. They are not even thinking of the candidate the party is bringing. In fact, the party that you want to vote top to bottom, as you always say, or party is supreme. How have they made life easier? What is even the ideology? You know, most time we don't even think of that. The party that you're thinking top to bottom, that's what we are going to do. You are not even thinking of the candidate at that point. Have you checked the ideology?
Some of them manipulated their way during the primary.
So have you checked the ideology of the party? Do you think is actually favorable to the people, or is favorable in quote? You get? So as you are going out to cast your vote, think about this. On what basis am I going to vote? Am I going to vote my future? Am I going to vote my conscience? Am I voting someone that my great-grandchildren should look like? Or I'm voting somebody that I'll be ashamed to identify with, or you later regret in the future?
What you just said just reminded me of this clip that was trending about a month ago or so, where a clergy was preaching, and he said, I want to pray for you. I pray that your children and your children's children and your children's children's children will be like the presidential candidate you want to vote for.
Everybody will
That
vote right.
preacher. That preacher.
So I saw that. It was a funny video because they were not answering amen in the church. Everybody was just...
So maybe he has taken, like, he has sampled opinions and seen that maybe they want to vote wrongly. So he just said, okay, let me just pray for you.
And I think
He
I'm
even
going to
asked
say...
them,
I'm going
he said, I didn't hear amen.
Oh, wow.
And then one woman did like this.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So you want to
I'm just saying, so that you be mindful of who you're going to go and put. Because the truth of the matter is that whoever you put right now will reflect who you are, who your children will turn out to be. That's one thing that we are failing to understand. If we want good things for our children, and then we keep on making them to live in an environment that is not even conducive for them to grow honorably, morally, then they will definitely turn out bad.
Yeah.
So we need to create that good environment for our children to come for us. And that's why I said I stand with that precious prayer, because it is how, what if it, like, you have to weigh everything, scale it, put it, think about it carefully before you go and vote for somebody that you would come back and be regretting. So previous matter one, and after the person, I've seen about I've seen about three regimes right now personally. So, like, wise enough to know, I've seen about three regimes, and you have seen how these people have worked, and you've heard people saying, if I knew this person was going to be like, let us sit down. And like you mentioned yesterday on the episode, is when they say, think honorably. You who is influential, if you know that you have people like that following you, right? I'm not saying that those people should neglect knowing all the bits and pieces, the information that they need to know. No, you need to know it too personally for yourself, so that you go and vote, not just because somebody said let's go and vote. I'm just saying, for some people, they are at that point that you can't even expect them to think out clearly, but they just want to vote because they think they know that it is their civic right, and then they trust this person. So if this person says that this is right, then I think it should be right. You would definitely have those kind of people, especially in that kind of environment. So it is essential that you, who are in an influential position, you who is somebody that can easily influence people with lesser information about this candidate for misleading them.
I think some people, what they do, they take advantage of people's vulnerability. Again, there are some villages or some communities or remote areas that they don't have access to information, and they don't even have access to meeting one-on-one with some of these candidates or hearing from them how they hope to help them. Year in, year out, election year comes and goes. These people still they are just used to a particular lifestyle. They don't have road, they don't have good water. It's just what they have in the community. You just see a little community between like rocks that they are just living their life. But when election comes, people find their way there just to
meet them.
Yes, canvas for support. Like they don't even go themselves, they can just send one. And the least you can do for people like that, some of these communities, what they just breach that they can transport their farm products out and go and sell it, but they don't have it. No wonder people come and exploit them, and then they are the ones that farm. The middlemen will come and go and sell it and get more than what they actually, like what they went through. So some people, what they are good at is taking advantage of the vulnerability of people like that. So they just go because it is your community, you are well learned, and whatever you tell them, that's the direction they go. If you mislead such people, God will hold you accountable. He will hold you accountable. Like for years, these people have been without the basic necessity of life: water, road, like electricity, all of these, they don't have it. Even when you're in position to provide health care for these people, monies are being allocated, you siphoned it, carry yourself to one country and go and chill, like, and you are happy, you sleep with your children, like, you give that are going on. You still see some certain category of people being very defensive, like, they'll tell you, for example, okay, we are having this issue of insecurity. I've seen it, like, look at this Naira policy when it came out. Is by the president is an APC, and we can say the APC's regime, good policy. But we saw how that when it came out from the beginning, fingers were being pointed at his PDP that is causing. I'm just thinking how so because we're just so used to blame game that even when we are not supposed to blame any, like, because every problem that people mention, you point out is this 16 years of these people that caused this problem. So even the policy that is even good self, but because it's not to your own favor, now you say it's actually the PDP that are influencing. It's so, isn't it so amazing how that policy by a ruling party is being opposed by members of the ruling party, then the members of opposition party are
is defending what you are saying, that the policy is not from APC, that some people arrange it and they forward it to Mr. President, and that is why even the PDP now are supporting the federal government, that the president didn't even know. But what they are doing now is for the masses and for the integrity of the president, whether he knows or he didn't know. I was like, seriously?
They said that the CBN, I also heard that the CBN governor is the one that is whining them. I don't know, Shabo, under the Bible referred to some set of people as fools. You know the right thing, you refuse to do it. Like now I'm talking about the election, the coming election. We've seen how that after some particular set of people kept supporting with their muscle and all, pushing the, like, some certain wrong politician, make sure, like, try all their best to see that these people win, convincing people, even when they know that these people are not really competent enough to be in that position, they push them. And when things went wrong, they were pointing fingers at them, and they were showing that they were regretting their actions. They didn't know that, especially during the insecurity, the killings and all. They were regretting voting.
It's two things, it's economy and the insecurity.
So they were already regretting that they didn't know that this is how it's going to be. Now the time to also do the right thing has come. Then I'm now seeing this same set of people now. They are forgotten. See how we can be. Like, I was like, is it not this same set of people that were lying down and crying and regretting their actions? So you can just forget so quick like this. They are still pushing the same system.
Going back to their vomit.
You forgot the sleepless night. You forgot the souls that went down. You forgot all the things that happened. Now you are still promoting things that are not right. That's why we're talking about what is influencing your choice of that candidate. Is it the money that they gave you? Is it the promises that you've been hearing year in, year out that refuse to come to fulfillment? Or is it your burden, like the burden about things, the future and things,
your children
you get that is influencing your choice of that person? Like, what exactly is influencing your choice of the particular candidate.
Yeah,
Like, I think it's 2 days and it's not late.
Yes.
We still need to sit down. If you need to be alone, please be alone. Sit down, think deep, analyze. Don't just go with the crowd. Okay, who are you voting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 persons say they are voting. I'm the only one that is saying it's this person. You know, there are people that just go with the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, because they feel, okay, if I'm alone, that means it won't even count at the end of the day. So let me just support the. Don't do that. If you do that, there's somebody too like you that is standing alone. So imagine that if those votes are joined, you become like a stronghold. But by the time you are giving up the competent decision that you're supposed to make just because you want to follow the crowd that maybe received money or some gift or something, at the end of the day, this decision is going to be detrimental to you. Don't follow the crowd, follow your conscience. Do the right thing. Like we always say, yes, there are some indices that we should follow, but let's not forget the fear of God is sacrosanct in that individual. Anyone that fears God will do the right thing. But anyone that does not fear God or reverence God, he will sleep with his eyes closed when people are dying, when people are being killed, kidnapped, and when prices are being hiked and won't do anything about it. But if the person fears God, he knows that this is what the Bible instructed that he should do. He will live by it.
Yes.
So he can't sleep knowing well that people are being killed. Why is the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, celebrated in the world, even given a award of peace and all of that? He said, this position is not worth the blood of Nigerians. Let's vote people.
See, the truth of the matter is that even in the end, and the masses really suffered at that regime, especially with the stories of the Israelites. So I want us to go all out to vote for the person that God has laid in our hearts to vote, and not for the person that we have certain sentiments towards. The person might, it's not about the person's religion or the person's culture or the person's origin. No, it is about who God has laid in your heart to vote for. That is why they said we should, whatever you're doing, do it as to God and not to man. See, you want to put somebody there to rule you. It should not all have to say.
Well, thank you so much for doing this with me today. You know, the show is so interesting. I've learned a lot from all your contribution, and that is the much we can take for today. So I'm grateful that you're able to do this with me today. For the viewer out there, we are so grateful that you give us your time, that we could relate. Whatever you are doing, that whatever that is influencing your choice, if it's a negative thing, then you should know that there's a repercussion for him who knows what to do that is right and he refuses to do. You know, the Bible says it's a sin. So let's go out 25th and then vote our conscience. Somebody that tomorrow, whatever is happening, you will know that you are involved, you are part of it. So if you want, I will protect your interests. They will do that which the Constitution enshrines that they should do. They will not work based on sentiment or based on their own selfish interests. Thank you very much, and I believe that God is going to guide us on how to go about this election. But before then, see you tomorrow, same time, same station. Bye-bye, and remain kind to one another.